Yo, what's good YouTube? I'm back with another reaction video, and we got the NBA All-Star in 1982, the All-Star game. I believe it was Cindy that gave me this video. Shout out to Cindy, I believe. If I'm wrong, just let me know. Definitely apologize. But yeah, let's get straight into this video, y'all. 1982 All-Star game. This is a full game too, so it's like an hour or something long. But yep, we about to get straight into it. Let's get it. It's an hour and 53 minutes long. Let's get it. I'm gonna break it up in parts so nobody don't get it mixed up. Yeah, I'm gonna break it up in parts, of course.
Officials for the game: Jake O'Donnell and Wally Rooney. Jess Kersey is the alternate here, and we'll bring you up to date because you're not looking at their familiar uniforms. You know that fellow in any event, no matter what suit he's wearing. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's jumping center against Artis Gilmore, and the West controls the tip. Gus Williams with the ball, number one. He's guarded by Isaiah Thomas. Julius Erving and Adrian Dantley matched up. Gilmore and Kareem, and the baseline shot by Gervin is no good, and actually it drops in for the bucket. So George Gervin gets the first point.
And the shooters bounce. You know that when the good shooters shoot, they bounce around, they go in. When the stone hands shoot, they bounce around and go out of bounds.
They go low now, and helping out is Shelton. Tiny Archibald penetrating. I don't know if Artis was ready for that toss. Rebound, Erving, and the doctor ties it up. And one thing Bill Fitch wants to do is he's going to get one of his two playmakers out of there. He's got 2-point guards, and Nate Archibald said, I'll go out, let Isaiah Thomas play, and so Moncrief will be coming in the game first.
Well, two guys that have a chance to, for their style of play, that an all-star game would really help them. They play better, I would see. To me, it would be Gus Williams and George Gervin.
There you see Sidney Moncrief, who really is emerging as a terrific star in the league, and that makes two on that club with Marcus Johnson and Sidney Moncrief. Nate Archibald committed the foul.
And the reason I say that about those two guys is that they do their best play in an open court one-on-one, and very rarely you have to set up plays for it.
Gus Williams is short, but Lonnie Shelton is there, and he hits the bucket. Big story with Lonnie Shelton, which we'll tell you about during the course of the game. How difficult is it with just one practice getting all these great stars to work together in an all-star game? I guess when Larry Bird does that, it doesn't matter.
Well, the hard part is the defense, because they've played against each other so much that they know what they do offensively, so they know how to play with it. But the defense is the hardest thing to coordinate. So what you try to do is play good man-to-man defense and send everybody to the middle so the big guys can do what they do.
Shelton fed Kareem. The ball comes off loose, and here's the doc with Isaiah Thomas and Sidney Moncrief, who lays it up and in. And the quick pass back. Gus Williams, he can hit from outside, and a terrific spark plug. Returning to the Seattle lineup this year, to no one's surprise, going from last to a contender. And that's going to be East Ball.
Now you notice that on that last play down, Gus held up and passed the ball. And normally in the Seattle offense, he would have fired that one because he's their instant offense. And so what guys do that when the game starts, especially, they're more reluctant to shoot.
Bird tried to thread the needle. Moncrief got a hand on it, and it's out of bounds, still East Ball. So what we're seeing, really, everyone expects 10 guys going to be firing the ball away, and what we're really seeing is everyone trying to be a playmaker.
You know, most guys do that, except for one guy, one of my teammates when I was playing, Tommy Heinsohn.
He come out gunning, right?
He got his first All-Star game. He went 18 for 21. He got the ball 21 times. He put it up 18.
Well, Larry Bird put that last shot up, and coming right back is Lonnie Shelton. So in the opening minutes, less than 9.5 to play first quarter, and the East leading 8-6 here. 32nd All-Star, rich with tradition, as you will see throughout the course of the Isaiah Thomas with a nice baseline drive, and certainly did not look like a rookie for that play.
Yeah, he doesn't know that you're supposed to be a little nervous about those big guys in there.
Don't forget he's only 20 years old, the youngest player on the court. Feed inside to Gus Williams. He's double teamed. He finds the open man for the moment. Good defense by Dr. J. Gus Williams misses. Batting it away is Erving. West still has it. Kareem looking inside, and two of the West players were there. The ball knocked away. Isaiah gets the pass to Larry Bird, who sweeps it. So Isaiah Thomas on a good feed and a good basket at the other end, and the East is open up for 12-6 advantage. Bird is now 3 for 3. Top playmaking forward in the league and just a tremendous spark plug. Julius went up for it, went for the fake, and Adrian Dantley hits from the corner. Bill Fitch, the only man to win Coach of the Year honors twice, leading the East squad. Isaiah shooting from outside. And here comes the break. Gus Williams. Isaiah gets back on the D. And Gus goes up with it and draws the foul.
Good defensive play.
That's 3 with Rodmanovich. Iverson, 5 far ball. To play in the third. Alley-oop Tinsley to Jermaine O'Neal for the jam. It's game time. Are you ready? Oh, Bobby Jackson, what a shot. Pass comes into Turkoglu. He fires out of the corner. Let's it go for 3. Pierce off the bounce in the paint. Back to Delonte for the game. Yes! Delonte wins at the buzzer. Now matched up against Dwight, who makes a strong and powerful move. Oh, what a play. Beautiful spin by Carter. Underneath, Parker. What a shot. Get out of town. Oh, Ginobili crossover move. Oh, Crawford, what moves he shows. Now that is a highlight play there. Finish at the rim. It's the Diesel.
Alright, y'all, we're not gonna sit here and just be watching all these commercials now. I don't mind it, but that's just gonna waste time.
Take them to it, Al. It's loud, it's wild, it's raucous, and it will certainly be very emotional.
Three of the top 5 scoring leaders amongst rookies are in the game. Mark McGuire and Jay Vincent of Dallas are 1 and 3. And the chicken here to entertain the fans as well. But I would think this kind of game, you don't need a chicken. You got enough athletes out here to do it, Bill.
Yeah, but the chicken likes to lay eggs every place.
Substitutions for the...
Oh, that's a rooster. I'm sorry.
Yeah, get it right. West squad. Magic Johnson, number 32, is in the game. Norm Nixon, number 10. And Bernard King, number 30, comes in the game. So Kareem and Lonnie Shelton are the only 2 remaining in the lineup for the West, and the East goes with the same group. Moncrief, Erving, Thomas, Gilmore, and Larry Bird. And there's an air ball. This has to show the cheers more than anything else, because we see that. Look at Isaiah.
Yes.
They're gonna let him know about it.
I know that in my first All-Star game, I spent the whole game hoping no one would foul me. Oh, please don't hit me.
So if you think everyone's super cool, you got a glimpse of it there. And he's been such a terrific player and a great addition to the league. Inside, Lonnie Shelton. Lonnie Shelton on a feed from Magic Johnson as you look at Commissioner Lawrence O'Brien of the National Basketball Association looking on. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go, first quarter. Gilmore gets the feed in. They collapse around him, and a whistle. Basket counts and a foul. He was pushed. So Gilmore has a chance for the three-point play. And the foul is on Abdul-Jabbar. First personal foul. 3-point East lead.
Fifth on the team. Gilmore shooting 2.
And he gets the three-point play. Magic Johnson, who is a guard but really can play any position, and Larry Bird, really, you can say the same thing. Bernard King is short, Going up, and Gilmore made a terrific defensive play on Lonnie Shelton. The ball came off of Shelton, so Gilmore with terrific defense inside and moving the ball up in a hurry. Julius found a way to go. Spins comes off, and here comes a break 3-on-2 for the West. Matt Johnson. And interference on top. Not count. They're starting to open it up now. Run a little bit more, Bill.
Well, both teams would like to run because they play their best when they're in an open court. Both teams, because these players are usually from good teams, and the good teams play strong defense and use a lot of fast breaks.
We'll give the Doc the jumper all day because in an open court and inside, he's murder. Feed to Magic Johnson. There you see the teamwork that one of the advantages the West has because of Nixon and Magic working together as they do all season long as Moses Malone comes in for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes, what like to do in the All-Star game whenever possible. If they have 2 or 3 guys from the same team, they like to play them together because they can do a 2-man game fairly well because they really know what the other guy does.
So now the substitutes come in en masse as Tiny Archibald, number 7, comes in along with Bob Lanier, Bobby Jones, Michael Ray Richardson, and Buck Williams of the New Jersey Nets. Jack Sikma also in the ball game. So new front line with Malone and Sikma.
The 2 leading rebounders.
Yeah, this is when we talk about the West advantage. 6 of the top 7 scorers in the league are on the West. The top 2 rebounders.
But that really doesn't mean anything, you know, because they've got to be able to mesh the styles. And so this is what the coaches have to do, to find out what's the best combination out there. Reputations don't mean anything. It's because what develops as a style you're going to play that day. And so it has to do with the way you play.
Good defensive play by Michael Ray Richardson, who's regarded as one of the best defensive guards in the NBA on the lead pass to the basket. And so Magic Johnson will inbound. He got a less than enthusiastic response from the crowd when he was introduced. So they still remember the coaching change the Lakers made, and a lot of people still blame Magic for forcing that change. Nixon penetrating into a sea of white shirts, and Bernard King hits from outside. A homecoming for Bernard King, who began his career with the Nets. And now the West takes the lead 22-20, and it matches their biggest margin with 4:35 remaining in the first quarter. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell here at the 32nd NBA All-Star game. Saved by Buck Williams. Lanier lost it and is fouled.
Loose ball, 32 blue.
Loose ball foul called against Magic Johnson. Bob Lanier, more than anything else, you know Bob Lanier wants a title. He has been toiling for the Pistons in the last couple of years for the Milwaukee Bucks. A terrific guy and a man who underwent knee surgery and didn't know whether he could come back this year. And so far he's doing the job, and Milwaukee's got to be a real threat, Bill.
Well, they're a real threat, especially if he's healthy going to the playoffs. He's had injury problems the last few years, so he hadn't had a chance to play a full season. But they only lost to Philadelphia by 1 point in the 7th game last year. And then Philadelphia in turn lost to Boston by 1 point in the 7th game. So they're not that bad a club. And what happened to them this year, with Marcus Johnson being out part of the season, Sidney Moncrief became an All-Star. And so they now have 2 legitimate first-class All-Star players.
We're going to be seeing the Milwaukee Bucks in action in the month of February against the Boston Celtics. They switch, and now Tiny is on Nixon. Overplayed him, and Norm shot no good, and Michael Ray Richardson wins the rebound. Lead pass intercepted by Bernard King, who's playing a solid game. Comeback player, continuing and doing even better this season. Nixon, Sikma, and Jack Sikma. You won't find many better facing the hoop, will you, than Jack?
Yeah, he squares up and he's tough. He holds that ball over his head so that you can't get to it. If you come up on it, he can take that 1 or 2 dribble and go to the hoop real well.
Buck Williams hitting from outside. Shot he had some trouble with earlier this season. He's been a terrific inside player, and we've had 5 deadlocks, including the present one at 24, with less than 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Johnson looking inside for Moses Malone. Lanier on him, and a foul.
Little contact, you think?
He hugged him. He hasn't seen him in a while, and he wanted to welcome him.
When you get Lanier and Moses, that's got to be contact. In fact, that's collision.
4th team foul on the East Stars. Personal, of course, on Lanier. So Magic Johnson, number 32. Bernard King is 30. Moses Malone, 24. Sikma with the ball, 43. Setting something up. And a one-handed baseline. not really in good balance was Magic, and Lanier almost jumped down Moses' throat from the top.
Moses is strong, but not quite that strong. Here's the play here. Moses got it. He's going to start to go up, and Lanier says you'll have to make the 2 free throws. You won't make the dunk shot. Not this time.
Malone misses the free throw. So you're looking at Moses Malone, who led the Houston Rockets surprise team last year into the NBA Finals before they lost to the Celtics in 6 games. Struggling this season is Houston as Tiny Archibald brings it up. Nixon on him. They look to Lanier. Lanier down low, puts the fake on Moses, and good play by Bob Lanier. And the East takes the lead again by 2. Inside, Bernard King. He has played a fine first quarter in every phase of the game, and another deadlock with 2:40 to go in the first quarter. Seen pretty good defense here in a game you'd expect just an offensive show. Steal by Bernard King. He's got Magic behind him as the trailer. He sees Bobby Jones. Clever passing. Nixon hits the jump.
That's his favorite shot. On a fast break, just pull up at the foul line, and he makes that shot.
He's the one player that Pat Riley does not run plays for. Norm Nixon, he creates things on his own. That was a forced shot by Buck Williams over Sigma. And here comes a break. The East is back, but laying it up. The basket good and a foul. Magic Johnson. Buck Williams. What a drive by Magic.
Yeah, he handles that ball real well, especially for a guy that's 6'9". 3 or 4 different fakes.
So we have a timeout. The West leads the East 30-26 late in the first period.
All right, McGuire, the set shot. It is no good. Rebound Pettit underneath the Baylor. Baylor lays it up and in. At the other end, the battle for the rebounds won by Pettit. The quick out pass goes to Martin. Down court it goes to Shue. Underneath the Baylor. Lays it up. It is tipped in by Pettit.
Michael Red driving hard to the hoop.
Off the turnover to Mason, the other end. Scoop for the score. Boy, Mason took off from the wing and caught it midair.
By Duncan and taken away by Duncan.
We have 6
back to the NBA's greatest game.
And a pretty solid basketball player in his own right. He was a star at Minnesota, Dave Winfield of the New York Yankees. Watching the activities here at the All-Star Game, Magic Johnson has 6 points, and he's on the line, and he could become the first player since John Havlicek back in '72 to pick up 600 assists and 600 rebounds in the same season.
That's pretty good company.
Yeah. He's here. 5-point lead for the West. 2 minutes remaining now in the first quarter. Tiny Archibald. What a play by Tiny, who played his high school basketball in New York and the MVP last year in this game.
And when he was young, he was the only player, I think, to lead his league in scoring and assists.
That's correct. Moses, Malone, turn around with Lanier. Lanier pushed him out to where he wanted him to take the shot. And Michael Ray Richardson. Buck Williams. Watched by Sigma, feed to Bobby Jones, falls off. Malone looking for the outlet pass. Lanier would let him have it, and Bobby Jones puts it in.
He only nudged him a little bit.
One-point lead for the West with 1:12 remaining first quarter. Bernard King goes baseline Sigma. Buck Williams can't keep him out, and Sigma goes up with a shot. Moses Malone controlling inside, knocked away by Lanier, and it is still
Bob Lanier is a good example of a player that really knows where he is on the court and what he can do.
That's one thing you always did. It's not how many block shots, when you blocked it, and he timed that perfectly.
Well, if you block him in a way, in the way he did, the next time the guy gets a shot, he helps you because he's...
All right, y'all, I'm going to stop it here. Definitely looking for the part 2 and 3. I actually had to stop it short because I actually had to eat dinner and in order for me to finish doing these long videos, you know, I at least gotta like eat and everything. I just want to be honest, just to let y'all know what's going on. I know it may seem like I stopped it so short, but yeah, I definitely gotta eat at a certain time. But yeah, definitely look out for that part 2 and 3. It's definitely in the works. But yeah, I know the quality's not the best, but I know a lot of y'all say y'all don't really care too much about the quality. But yeah, man, definitely look out for that part 2 and 3. It's definitely coming. I'm on to the part 2. I'm out. Peace.